Students, today we will start the next part of germination of seed, and today we will study seed germination, the conditions required for the seed germination and types of seed germination. As you have studied about the seed and its structure and the types of seeds in the previous that part of this chapter, that the two types of seeds are there, monocot and dicot seed, and their structures and their structural differences also. Now today we will study how seed germinates, how that plant grows from the seed. So the seed germination is the process in which the formation of seedling from embryo takes place. So a tiny plant which is known as the seedling, it is formed from the embryo. So this embryo, it is present in the seed. You have studied the embryo, it is the small that plant like structure present in the seed. It grows and develops into a small plant which is known as the seedling. So when the seed is placed in the proper conditions, means necessary for the seed germination, that some water, oxygen which is required for the seed germination, and when it is placed in the soil under the proper conditions, then that it becomes active and the seedling, it comes out or it develops from the embryo. So you can see here, this is the seed and the embryo plant is developing inside it by getting the nutrition from the cotyledons, and you can see this tiny plant, it comes out. So this formation of seedling from the embryo plant, this is known as the germination. So you can see here that the complete small plant, it has developed from the seed. So this process is known as the seed germination, formation of seedling from the embryo. Where is embryo located? Embryo located in the seed. So this is the process of seed germination. Now we'll study the process of this germination in detail. So how does it take place? So when the seed gets all the that suitable condition, favorable temperature, water, oxygen, sometimes light requires or not, so it depends upon the type of seed. So water is absorbed by the seed through the seed coat or the micropyle. Seed coat is the outer covering of the seed, and micropyle, this is the that aperture or a pore in the seed. So through this structure, seed absorbs water. Now when the seed absorbs water, the seed cells, they enlarge, they swell up by absorbing the water. So further, by the entry of the water, metabolic activities starts inside the seed. So respiration increases in the seed and the metabolic rate also increases, means that inside the cell respiration process starts and metabolic activity also starts. Due to that, the energy is produced. Now further, protein synthesis also increases in the cell, enzymatic activity also starts. So as the water enters into the seed, all these activities, they start simultaneously. Rate of respiration increases, and then after synthesis of protein, enzymatic activities also increases, and enzyme which are present in the seed, they convert starch into the sugar, and this sugar further, it is oxidized with the help of oxygen in the cell and releases the energy. Now that energy is utilized by the embryo in the cell division. So embryo divides, the cell of the embryo, they divide and they form further structure. So embryo ruptures the seed coat because growth takes place in the embryo. So embryo ruptures the seed coat को rupture करके embryo will come out, and the plumule and the radical part of the embryo, they develop into the shoot and root. Plumule part develops into the shoot and radical part, it develops into the root. So this is the whole process of the germination in a seed. So on this basis, we can discuss the conditions necessary for seed germination. A seed will not germinate until it is exposed to the certain suitable environmental conditions. So कौन कौन सी conditions required हैं जिससे कि seed के अंदर germination होता है. So these are some environmental factors which influence the germination. What are these? These are water, air containing oxygen, and temperature. So water has most important role, just now I explained you that most seeds, they are very dry and must absorb water to germinate. Water is absorbed all over the surface, but mainly through the micropyle of the seed. Just now I explained you that water enters through the micropyle or by the seed coat also. So this water, it softens the seed coat and activates enzyme. So I showed you in the previous slide that activity of enzymes start as the water enters into the seed. और ये enzymatic activity क्या होती है? ये enzymatic activity जो होती है, ये जो starch present होता है cotyledons के अंदर, starch is the that food which is present in the cotyledon. This starch is converted into the simple sugar. तो ये स्टार्च कोटिलिडोन्स में भी हो सकता है, एंडोस्पर्म में भी हो सकता है. So depend upon the type of seed. So starch which is present in cotyledons and endosperm, it is converted into simple sugar with the help of enzymatic activity. So this is the role of water. Now the sugar which are formed here, they provide energy for the embryo to grow. And the seed swells and ruptures the seed coat, and the radicle elongates, comes out and forms root system. Now air containing oxygen. So rapid cell division and growth must occur for the seed germination, for which energy is required. So as I said you that the embryo, it develops into the seedling. तो embryo जब seedling में develop होगा, तब embryo की जो cells हैं, they will undergo rapid cell division. उस rapid cell division के लिए energy की requirement है, and this energy is provided by the oxidation of food. So for the oxidation of food, what is required? Oxygen. तो जो ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट होती है एयर के अंदर, दिस ऑक्सीजन इट डिफ्यूजेस इनटू द दैट सेल्स ऑफ सीड, एंड दिस ऑक्सीजन नाउ फर्दर required for the oxidation of food, and oxidation of food it provides energy, and that energy is utilized by the embryo to grow into the seedling. So as the embryo begins to grow, the softened seed coat cracks open, and this enables the oxygen needed for cellular respiration to reach the embryo. So these are the processes that the seed coat ruptures, then the entry of the oxygen becomes possible. So oxygen कहाँ पहुँचेगी? embryo plant में, and at the embryo further it gets energy by the oxidation of the food present in cotyledon and endosperm. So this is the role of oxygen present in the air. Now if the oxygen supply is not proper, then the seeds will not germinate. So we can understand, अगर ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिलेगी सीड को, तो जर्मिनेशन पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि रेस्पिरेशन का प्रोसेस नहीं होगा. दिस रेस्पिरेशन विच इज प्रोवाइडिंग एनर्जी by the oxidation of food. So this is why the seeds grown very deep in the soil do not germinate. क्योंकि अगर deeper अगर seeds को grow किया जाता है soil के अंदर, they cannot get the oxygen, so they cannot grow. Now the third that important environmental factor required is the suitable temperature. Temperature, seeds will grow only if the temperature is suitable, means that is within a certain range, a particular range is required for the development of seed. So a very low temperature inhibits the growth of the embryo. Embryo cannot develop at very low temperature, and also at very high temperature it destroys its delicate tissue. तो एम्ब्रियो ना तो हाई टेम्परेचर पर डेवलप हो सकता है, बिकॉज हाई टेम्परेचर इसके डेलिकेट टिश्यू को डिस्ट्रॉय कर देता है, एंड वेरी लो टेम्परेचर ऑल्सो इज नॉट सुटेबल बिकॉज एंजाइमेटिक एक्टिविटी कैन नॉट स्टार्ट. सो दैट इज वाई अ टेम्परेचर of 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius is optimum for seed germination. So the optimum temperature for the seed germination is 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. So students understood the conditions which are necessary for the seed germination. This is water, air containing oxygen, and the suitable temperature. So you'll have the experiments on the basis of these conditions which are required for the seed germination. We'll prove it through the experiments that water is required for germination, the air is required, as well as the temperatures, the suitable temperature is required. So that we will do in the next part of our lecture. Now we'll come to the types of seed germination. So there are two types of seed germination, epigeal germination and hypogeal germination. So first we will discuss the apigeal germination. AP means above, GL means earth. What happens here, that in this case the cotyledons, they pushed above the soil. How? Let me see here. The region of the axis below the cotyledon is the hypocotyle, and the region of the axis between the attachment of the cotyledon and plumule is the epicotyle. I already told to you the two regions in the seed, hypocotyle and epicotyle. So hypocotyle is the region below the axis, and epicotyle is the region between the point of attachment of cotyledon and plumule. So in this case, what happens, the hypocotyle elongates rapidly. So this is the lower part of the embryo plant here in the embryo, which is known as the hypocotyle. So hypocotyle elongates rapidly. So here, under the favorable condition, seed absorbs water and swells up, and the seed coat, it ruptures and the radicle goes downward. Why? Because first year growth starts in the hypocotyle. So hypocotyle grows rapidly, so development of the root, it takes place faster. And in this case, what happens, these cotyledons, they are pushed above the soil, and this type of germination is the apigeal germination, where the cotyledons, they are pushed above the ground, and hypocotyle, it elongates. So first here the root system develops, root grows further, and radicle forms first primary root, which further forms the lateral roots. Now the hypocotyle, it elongates, becomes straight, and then it pushes the that cotyledons into the air above the soil. You can see here the seed coat, it is covering here the cotyledons. But here in the next stage, you will see that as the hypocotyle elongates, formation of the roots takes place first, and then it pushes this hypocotyle, it pushes this cotyledon above the soil. So these two cotyledons, they form the first green leaves. So you can see here the cotyledons, they first act as a green leaf, and both the cotyledons, they form like the first green leaves they are formed, and the young leaves, you will see these young leaves, they develop from the region of epicotyle. तो यहाँ पर जो cotyledons के अंदर जो food stored है, that food helps to grow the that shoot and root part of the seed. So two cotyledons, first they form the first green leaves. So पहली जो दोनों green leaves बनती हैं, this is from the two cotyledons. ये जो young leaves हैं, they unfold at the tip of epicotyle and start preparing food for the plant through the photosynthesis. So these young leaves, they start the photosynthesis and prepare food for the remaining plant. So in this way, that that seedling, it develops. So in this germination, the hypocotyle elongates first, and the germination is the apigeal, because the here the cotyledons, they are pushed above the ground. And this type of germination we will see in the bean seed. So this example which is shown in the picture, this is of bean seed. Now the next that germination we will study here, this is the hypogeal germination, and here we are studying the example of hypogeal germination in the maize grain. So diagram of the maize grain also you have studied. Here what happens in the hypogeal germination, hypo means below here, and geal means the earth, soil. So here cotyledons, they remain underground, they are not pushed above the ground. So it is known as the hypogeal germination. So you can see here the cotyledons, they are under the soil only and developing under the soil only. So for the development of that this cotyledon, it is means this cotyledon is utilized by the embryo in the development, and cotyledons never comes above the soil. So here what happens, here the epicotyle elongates. So you can see here, this is the maize seed, and this seed absorbs the water and swells, and here the radicle, it begins to emerge by penetrating the coleorhiza. Before that we will study the epicotyle. So here the first that growth starts in the epicotyle region. So epicotyle it elongates and the cotyledon they remain below the soil. तो सबसे पहले इसमें growth start होगी epicotyle region में, and cotyledon it will be in the soil only, and the plumule is carried as the tip of the elongated epicotyle. So here in the maize grain you have studied that the plumule is covered by the outer external sheath that is known as the coleoptile. So the plumule which is present in the coleoptile it grows, okay, because epicotyle first grows. So plumule it comes out of the coleoptile and grows straight upward, and downside we will see the growth takes place in the radicle. So here first the growth which is taking place here in the radicle. So radicle also which is covered by external covering which is known as the coleorhiza. So radicle also grows and comes out from the coleorhiza, and then it forms the roots downward. So you can see here that this is the radicle, it is developing into the root. And at upper side the plumule which is covered by the coleoptile, this plumule also comes out from the coleoptile and form the shoot part. So here cotyledon it absorbs food from the endosperm till it is exhausted, and soon more leaves they appear in successful that manner further in succession, which start synthesizing food for the plant. So understood children? Here further the growth in the root also takes place, root hairs and the lateral root also arise, and adventitious roots are also seen in the maize. So in this manner hypogeal germination is completed. So in this germination what we have seen, the epicotyle it elongates but the hypocotyle does not elongate and the germination is hypogeal. तो सबसे पहले एपिकोटाइल रीजन में ग्रोथ स्टार्ट होती है, एंड दैट इज वाई एपिकोटाइल रीजन के वहाँ जो प्लम्यूल है दैट विल फॉर्म द लीव्स. So shoot part comes out and cotyledon it remain under the soil, does not come out, and after that the region of the hypocotyle develops where the radicle is present and the radicle grows into the root. So here this type of germination in which cotyledons remain underground and epicotyle elongates, this is known as the hypogeal germination. In some of the plants it happens that the mangrove plants like Soneratia and Rhizophora, the seed germinates inside the fruit itself. Here I showed you both the examples of the seeds. These seeds are not present there in the fruit, they are growing in the soil. But in some that plants what happens that the seed germinates inside the fruit itself while it is still attached to the plant. So fruit के अंदर ही seed germination start हो जाता है, और जब वो जो fruit है this is attached to the plant itself, and after germination the seedling drops on the soil, develops root and grows. So this type of germination in which seed germinates inside the fruit when it is attached to the plant. So this type of germination is known as the viviparous germination. Okay, this is seen in the mangrove plant. This is another kind other than epigeal and hypogeal. So let me study further the difference between the epigeal and hypogeal germination. So let me revise. In epigeal germination cotyledons are pushed above the ground, while in hypogeal cotyledons remain underground. These cotyledons do not come out. Hypocotyle elongates here. Here the epicotyle elongates. Epicotyle is short in epigeal germination. Here the epicotyle is long. Here the epicotyle elongates become long. Now in epigeal germination cotyledons turn green and undergo photosynthesis. So they help in the synthesis of the foliage, green leaves. Here the cotyledons they do not undergo photosynthesis. Examples of the epigeal germination like castor, bean and cotton. So you have studied the epigeal germination with the help of bean seed. Hypogeal germination is observed in pea, gram and maize. I explained you this example of maize. So students, you have understood that what is seed germination, what are the conditions required for the seed germination. So seed germination is the process of formation of seedling from the embryo. Conditions necessary for seed germination are water, air containing oxygen and suitable temperature. Types of seed germination, this is epigeal germination and hypogeal germination and their differences. So see it through the book also, and in the next part we will study the experiments on seed germination. So before we start the experiments on seed germination, you see both the videos, that in part 1 where I explained you the structure of seed, and in part 2 the types of seed germination.